So in this video, we're gonna go ahead and go over the power tools that I primarily use, specifically the drill and drivers that I use in our business and how I kind of got to where I am now, kind of like the evolution. Now, if you can see here, I absolutely started with a humble beginning of Ryobi. But first, let's talk impact drivers. So a lot of people have been wondering and have been asking me what impact drivers Dylan and I use. And my personal favorite and go-to is the Flex impact driver. And this is using the stacked lithium. Now, before everyone starts getting tribal and saying, well, RJ, why are you choosing Flex? There's a whole bunch of lineups that are better than Flex. Flex is brand new, it's all the hype. Just know that I used to have a Milwaukee, and this is Milwaukee's fuel lineup, and I love it. I love both of them, okay? And then just recently, I actually just purchased this Metabo HPT IP56, if you guys have been seeing some of the shorts that I've been releasing. And the reason I got that is because Dylan and I do hot tub and spa work. And this is where Dylan is hilarious because Dylan uses all dewalt. He bleeds black and yellow. And he has sworn up and down that he has taken his dewalt and fully submerged it underwater and was drilling holes inside the hot tub. This was before him and I created a business together. Now, I will say this. I will not be submerging my Milwaukee or my Flex. I'm just not gonna do it, okay? So he beats me on that end. But that's where this Metabo HPT IP56 comes in handy, is because this is water resistant. And I did pretty much submerge this when we were building a Northern Lights cedar tub, which I think was shipped from Canada, but it had rained, so there was some water accumulation, and I stuck this thing underwater and was drilling one of the suction cups. But my go-to still to this day, my main workhorse is this 24-volt Flex multi-mode stacked lithium impact driver. This thing is an absolute workhorse. It's an absolute beast of machine. Again, I came from the Milwaukee lineup. Actually, let me put this away. You'll see that I have both the Milwaukee hammer drill fuel as well as the Milwaukee fuel impact driver. So this thing was my workhorse for when Dylan and I were building the game room. This thing was an absolute beast when just drilling through everything. And then when I was fastening our hurricane support beams, I was driving it with this thing. So then the main question would be, why did I switch to the Flex lineup? And I think that's an easy question for me to answer. It might have multiple layers on it, but it is a fairly easy question for me to answer. First and foremost, Milwaukee is and always will be one of the top of the line leading industry standard in this department of power tools, okay? There's no question about that. And so what ended up happening when I saw the Flex lineup and I saw a whole bunch of YouTubers creating the Flex line and testing the Flex, I've seen a whole bunch of YouTubers that hated on Flex and eventually turned into big fans of the Flex lineup, is I feel like my dollar went much, much further with the Flex line of tools. For example, if I wanted to buy a rear circulating saw from Flex, it would be $249 for their inline circulating saw, and that came with a battery and a charger. Now for $249 for the Milwaukee, I would have gotten their circular saw, but it would be bare tool only. And then same thing for the reciprocating saw, or in the Milwaukee line, the Sawzall. If I wanted to buy a Sawzall, it would be either $240 or $250 depending on where you are, and it would be tool only if I got it on the Milwaukee line. Now on the Flex side of things, for the same price, I would get the reciprocating saw as well as a battery and charger. So my money was going much, much further for the Flex lineup. Secondly, I also like how Flex just released their compact size, but still use the current lineup of batteries, right? There doesn't need to be two different sets of batteries. Like for the Milwaukee, you have the M12 and the M18 lineup. If you want to go to the compact model, you have to go down the battery for the M12. Now for the Flex side, which I need to nab myself one of the compact models. The tool itself is compact, but you're still using the same battery line, which makes sense. That's how it should be. And then if you go to the opposite side of that, Milwaukee is almost doing the opposite of that. They're wanting 3 different batteries. They have their MX lineup, they have their M18, they have their M12. So you have 3 different battery lineups for Milwaukee. Again, these things are amazing. They are powerhouse tools. There's nothing really bad to say about them other than the fact that I don't like that I have to use multiple batteries. If I wanted to go down the compact line, or if I wanted to get one of the more industrial size, I would need to get the MX batteries. Flex, on the other hand, is just continuously updating their batteries. They're putting their technology in their batteries, which is their stacked lithium, which I love. So now you can get their top of the line Flex stuff and just continue to upgrade the batteries. My first purchase on the Flex line actually was the variable speed impact driver. So you can see here that it had no modes. I ended up getting the stacked lithium combo, which has the multi-mode down here. But at the time, I saw this thing on sale for $99, which I think everyone is having a hard time finding depending on your geographical location. This thing was a monster deal. For $99 for a high-end impact driver, it came with 2 2.5 amp batteries and a charger, which was amazing. And so I ended up loving this so much over this thing that I ended up buying the stacked lithium set. So I do have 2 impact drivers from Flex. I'll probably get the compact versions as well. And for those that are like, well, RJ, you're just a tool snob and all you get are high-end tools, that's not true at all, because I came from a Ryobi line before, right? This was my tried and true drill that I used before I got into the professional industry. So yes, it is still a brushless, but it is a Ryobi, okay? And this is their hammer drill, and it is using their 1+ battery. So this was my main workhorse for the longest time. After I went from this, I did go straight into the Milwaukee line, and then from the Milwaukee line, I went into the Flex line. So this is the evolution of the tools that I ended up evolving into. So I started as your normal DIYer, weekend warrior style power tool user, to the professional industries, where Dylan and I opened up that business and we started doing professional work. So I had to upgrade and represent Blue Wolf Builders with much better gear. And you'll notice that I did take this to my first job site, and I was like, you know what, it just doesn't pack the same oomph that I need. So that's when I went and upgraded into the Milwaukee line, and then fell in love with the Flex line. And so there we have it. We have the lineup of tools that I use. It is the Flex that is my go-to on the job site. I did come from Milwaukee, and at my base core, I came from a good old Ryobi hammer drill, brushless, using their 1+ battery line. It is interesting to see the evolution of my tools, but I am very excited to see where Flex goes and where they intend to take their lineup, because as of right now, they are releasing newer and newer products. They did come into the industry on firing on all cylinders. They came out wanting to make an impression, and I think they did achieve that. Just look at all the YouTube videos out there. There are going to be some haters, and there is going to be some tribal fighting depending on what tool you use. I know Makita isn't mentioned in here. Again, Dylan uses dewalt. I just use Flex, and I really think it is an absolute workhorse of a machine and a power tool. And if you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend you guys go out and try yourself a Flex. You can get yourself a sick deal out there right now. If you can find them, you can get yourself one of the $99 deals, because they are, from what I heard, trying to phase this out to move into to replace it with the compact impact driver. But if you can snag yourself a deal like this for $99, you'll get the 2.5 amp batteries, the charger, as well as the impact driver. So that's a good intro into the Flex lineup. You could get the drill as well for $99. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Let me know what lineup you guys bleed. Do you bleed lime green? Do you bleed yellow and black like Dylan, representing the DeWalt lineup? Do you bleed red and black, representing the Milwaukee? The gray and black, representing Flex? There's a whole bunch of others out there. Bosch, you know, Metabo, formerly known as Hitachi. There's just so much out there. Let me know what brand you guys gravitate towards and why. I'd love to hear it in the comment section below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification so you guys stay up to date with all the new videos that we release. We do have a lot of informative content coming out. Again, we appreciate all of you. We'll catch you guys in the next one.